Alright everybody, it's Eyamaz. Welcome back for another episode of Blood and Bones. Hey, I know things have been a little bit slow lately, but yeah, life has been pretty busy, work is busy, I had a couple of trips, I had a trade show, I had all sorts of stuff going on. So I've been trying to keep things going while I had all that going on, but a little bit slow. Hopefully things were gonna be getting back to normal real soon here, and I'll be able to keep up and try to get an episode up every other day or so. So just wanted to mention that first. Let me just check one thing. Hello, hello. Yes, just making sure the microphone was plugged in and working before I go and record a bunch here. All right, so yeah, having said that, I've been posting videos, but I actually haven't recorded in almost, yeah, about a week now. Because I put a few things together before I left, so I could keep them going up while I was out. Anyway, just kind of refreshing myself. I did do a little bit of work here and look around. Last time we did a little bit of witchery. I think I'm going to put that on hold for this episode. We'll come back to that. This episode I wanted to do some magic crops, and I was looking for a place to do it. I mean, obviously there's this spot right here, but I actually have some plans for that already. That'll be kind of third on the list, maybe? Yeah. So, off camera, I did this. Went ahead and expanded the base out again here. Put some, I guess you can't see, can we see it? Yeah. Put a couple of iron doors in there and a couple of obsidian pressure plates, so that's all good. And I got started putting the sludge around, but it turned night and I didn't get finished. And now it's raining, and I think it just turned morning, but with the rain I'm not going to mess around with going out there at the moment anyway. So let's get the old power glove on and see, it's not super powerful. If you don't just do it carefully, you end up just kind of falling, but that's okay. That's alright. No problems. Alright, so let's get started with magical crops. I honestly haven't done much with these. I kind of messed with them in Monster once upon a time. Didn't really need to, but did it just for fun. But I've spent a little bit of time here just kind of getting prepared and trying to make sure I sort of understand how these work in this pack, because the recipes have been changed, of course, and things, yes. Okay, so basically the recipes, well, to get started with magical crops, let's just do at crops. That should work. Yes. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff we can make. We can make all sorts of fun decorative blocks. I think the redstone ones actually glow, like maybe they're kind of a light a little bit. I'm not sure. But you can make like different glass. You can make decorative blocks. These are the seeds that we want to get to, or the crops that we want to make seeds for. So there's a diamond crop. Yeah, let's do that. There's some chiseled bricks and some other stuff. Lots of interesting stuff. What we want to do, though, is get started with some crops. So there's different crops with different levels of these guys, these essence. So we get these essence dust out of the ground. You see I got 3 stacks, well, half stacks, whatever, on my inventory now. And basically you can use this to get to the next level. So let's just go to weak essence. We can say that's going to take 3 essence dust plus a karmat and an infescolium, which are both fantasy metals, which both come from the spirit world in the current Blood and Bones 1.1 branch. I think that'll be probably changing in the future, but that's where we are today. Alright, so then the next level up is, well, where were we? Yeah, weak, and then we can go to regular, and then we can go to strong, and then we can go to extreme. And each one's going to take 3 of the previous one. So basically, this guy's only going to take 3 dust. This is going to take basically 9 dust. This is going to take 27 dust. And this is going to take 81 dust per. But when you look at the seeds, let's say blaze seeds just as an example, each one of these takes 4 of those. So you have to multiply it by 4. So we need, I mean, if we're going to do something that takes extreme essence, we need 81 dust plus the karmat and infescolium, and then we got to do that 4 times. So we need, did I write it down? Yeah, 324. we'll need 324 dust plus a bunch of Carmot and Infuscolium. So it's going to be a bit expensive, but we can make some really cool stuff. And I think one of them I'm going to start with is obsidian seeds, because mining obsidian's a pain, and especially with lobbers and cinders and gases, it's much more of a pain in this pack than normal. So I think I'm going to make at least, I'm just going to start with one obsidian seed. I know that's not much, but I'm going to start with one and kind of see how it goes from there. Okay, so I already have Carmot dust already made up. Let's grab these out. I don't think I have, oh right, yeah. Okay, so Carmot is this row plus these. So basically I have 9 stacks, just over 9 stacks of Carmot, plus these that are already done. Yeah, so I got lots of Carmot. Infuscolium, I have this, this, and this. That's it. So at least in this version, I'm in 1.1.3 right now, but my fantasy world was generated with 1.1.2. Right now, it's a bit hard for me to find enough Infuscolium. So I can pulverize this and get 2 out of it, which would be the normal way to go. But I can also... I was thinking I could triple it. But to triple it, I need cinnabar or rich slag. I mean, I can do that. I've got a little bit of cinnabar and a little bit of rich slag, but I don't have, like, you know, 30 plus. Right? There's 32 and another 10 after that, or 9 after that. So yeah, okay, I was gonna triple it. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. You know, I tripled just a little bit of it. Okay, is my output off? Yes. And by the way, thermal expansion guys that made NEI and TE work like this, that's the coolest thing ever. I know it's been that way for a while, but every time I see it, I go, wow, that was cool. Okay, let's triple some of it. 6? Let's triple 6. And then, so if I do this, I'm going to get, let's see, 3. If I do this, I'm going to get triple, and it's going to come out in ingot form, right? Right. And then I'll have to run these through the pulverizer, but that'll give me a little bit more dust than just doubling it here. Alright, let's get, there's 16 dust. Maybe that's enough to get started with. Let's do that. Wait, we'll let that run for a bit, and we'll start putting this together. So, Carmot dust there, Carmot on top, Infuscolium on the bottom, and then we just do this. That makes the weak essence, and it's 3. Oh, you're right, and I'm out of. And I'm out of Infuscolium already. Okay, well, out of however much was pulverized. Yeah, so I was gonna say it's 3 to 1, like I said. So if we do 3 stacks of essence dust, we should get 1 stack of weak essence, and that's where I was going to start with. I need still a bit more Infuscolium, and that is absolutely going to be my limiting factor at this point. Okay, there we go. So I now have 32 weak essence, but I can't do anything with those. Well, no, that's true. I can make coal seeds, dye seeds, and then what is it? Water, fire, earth, air. And what we really want to do is upgrade to regular, and then with regular we can make redstone, glowstone, and the one I want to make is obsidian. So let's try to get 4 regular essence and make at least 1. And let's see, let's get you out of here and start pulverizing you. Let's do this, and we'll try to make at least 1 obsidian seed. Okay, so we're going to need 4 of these, right? Because the seeds take 4. So there we go. We're going to go from 32 down to 20 to get enough to make 1 obsidian seed. Yeah, and we're going to need 4 obsidian plus, I think it's just a regular seed in the middle, right? Should be. Alright, where's my recipe? Right there. Yep, regular seed in the middle, 4 obsidian around the outside, and we get some obsidian seeds. Cool stuff. Well, we get 1 obsidian seed. So I mean, that's neat, but I'm going to need a lot more infuscolium to catch up with my Carmot, and a lot of dust. I mean, I've got quite a bit of dust. I've been gathering it since the beginning, but I mean, I used up 3 stacks and made 1. Well, no, I didn't actually do that, because I've got a bunch of weak essence now. So another thing I did notice is you can actually put this in and convert it back down to dust, but you don't get your fantasy metals back when you do that. So you can convert up and down, but probably best not to. Okay, so there was one more thing I wanted to look at. I forgot to look this up in detail offline. Can I find it quickly, or do I need to look it up? Here it is. Magic Fertilizer takes industrial fertilizer, essence dust, and Carmot dust. Okay, and that makes 4. And now industrial fertilizer is actually really easy to make, and I believe I made some of that a long time ago. Yep. Wondering if I could fertilize regular crops with it. You can't. I think it's for, I'm not even sure what machine, but one of the Mine Factory loaded machines uses this, I believe. But that's okay, because what I want to try to do is make one of these. Carmot essence. I don't have any essence dust on me, right? Let's get 2 more essence dust. And that makes 4. Well, not terrible, but it's, yeah, this is all a little bit expensive. Okay, so now let's head out here to this lovely new area. Complete, ready to be planted up, and planted. Yeah, 1 seed. Alright, so here's the deal. These guys will not bone meal. I don't have any bone meal on me, do I? Yeah, alright. I'm not going to go back in there. Just trust me, they won't bone meal. I tried it, and they don't bone meal. But if you make this magic stuff, then boom, just immediate growth, and out pops obsidian essence, the seed, and there's a chance at a nature essence. I guess I didn't get one this time. So once we get 8 obsidian essence, I can make that into 8 obsidian. So that's cool. So let's just go ahead and do this real quickly. For no other reason than I can, I guess. Whoops. Gotta right click it, not left click it, of course. And last one, there we go. And now I can plant it for normal and just let it grow. So in normal magical crops, you have a chance at getting a second seed. So once you've made 1 plant, you just keep harvesting it, and maybe use that magical fertilizer, and you can get 2 plants. And then once you have 2, you can get 4, and exponentially. Unfortunately, the second seed is disabled in this pack, of course, because anything that's easy is bad, right? So we have to make each and every plant from essence dust and the Carmot ores, Carmot and infuscolium ores. Okay, so actually, yeah, I should have more clearly pointed that out, but we used up enough, so we had 20, I believe, weak essence left. If we didn't, just trust me, you can get weak essence as a drop from these. So we can get more weak essences, at least, from harvesting these. We can get nature essences, which is great, except, I mean, you can make moss stone out of them, but by this point you've probably got all the moss stone you ever needed anyway. So that's not super helpful. You can make vines, you can make lily pads. Oh yeah, right, we can make mycelium. So, I mean, we can make a mushroom farm, I guess. I don't know if that's super exciting, but we can. And then, like I said, once we get 8 of these, I'll be able to make 8 obsidian out of it. So that's all good stuff. Unfortunately, I'm going to need a bunch more infuscolium and a bunch more, well, eventually I'm going to need a bunch more essence dust. But I do have enough to get started, so let me spend a little bit of time just kind of looking at what I can make with the resources I have right now. And I guess I'll show you, I made a little bit of a list, or started making a list of things I might want to make. Actually, let's go with essence. So the seeds make, you use the seeds to plant these, and then the plants create different types of essences, and then the essences create items, right? So here I can make obsidian out of this. I can also make an obsidian defender if I had 324 dust plus all the other stuff. Shift right click for info. You know, I looked that up once. I don't remember what it does. We can make infused diamonds, which is for the diamond armor. We can make all sorts of obsidian tinted stuff, which is all blast proof. Yes, we hear you. All sorts of blast proof things. That's it. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh yes. So let's take a look at what things I want to make. First and foremost, the coolest one, which I'm not seeing right now. Here it is. Wither skeleton essence. We can make wither skeleton skulls. So yeah, that would be good. Because we're going to need a bunch of withers, or need to fight a bunch of withers, and you guys know how hard it is to get wither skeleton skulls to drop. Problem is, you need 4 wither skeleton skulls to make that seed, but once we do that, jeez, hush up. Oh, brutish zombie, he's going to take a beating. Once we make that, then we can just farm our own wither skeleton skulls. I have one, and it's out there on the altar. Another thing I want to make is gas tiers, because those are really tough to get. Once I get one more gas tier to make the seed, then I can start growing my own gas essence, and we'll make gas tiers. But I need another one of those, and oh, lag, what's going on? Another thing is ender pearls are very hard to get. If I could get some ender essence, I could grow my own ender pearls. Ooh, 8 to 1. Ouch. That's pretty serious. Okay. Alright, so we want ender ender seeds. That's got to be, yeah, right. So let's just check this out. That's going to take strong essence. We want ghast seeds, and that's going to take strong essence as well. And we wanted, oh yeah, wither, right. And of course, hello, oh right, seeds. And of course this takes extreme. So yeah, in addition to getting 4 skulls to make 1 seed again, remember, but we can use the magic fertilizer on it, so that's cool. Anyway, in addition to getting the 4 skulls, we also need to get 4 extreme essence, which is not trivial. So let me spend a little bit more time just kind of looking at what I can make at the moment, and I guess I gotta go hunt some withers, maybe? We're not ready for that. I'm not ready for wither skeletons yet. But we could hunt one more gas tier. That would be a nice one. And then I don't want to have to keep an eye on this the entire time, so I think I need to make a new harvester. Or, you know, I'm not really using this setup. Oh wow, I didn't even think about that. Will that work? Let's try that right now. Have never, yeah, okay. I think this works with MFR stuff. Let's give it a shot. So this guy's still on up here, but he's just basically idling away because I'm not using any power. And or, I'm sorry, this guy's still on, creating power, but he's just idling away at 4 RF per tick. So I shut off, you know, obviously this is all backlog, plenty of wood. So I shut off the planter, which just makes it so that once it finally gets done with all the things up there, it will stop planting and harvesting. I'm going to have to do consume stack, and then will this, it should consume stack on. Oh, it's turned off. Alright, do that. There it goes. Okay, so you know what? This I think is going to work out. Especially early on when I have very few seeds. Is that mature? What? How did that mature before I even got up here? But check it out, it like tilled the earth for us. So that's really cool. Now the seed's not whitelisted, so I'm gonna have to go. Okay, so the seed's gonna end up in the chest down here, which is full, so it's not gonna end up there. It's gonna get stuck until I clear that out. Alright, let me clear that out. Let me get the seed back. Let me reconfigure the whitelist up there so that seed can go into the planter. And let's see, 13 stacks. Why did these go into there? Is that turned off or something? No. Alright, I gotta look at that. The oak saplings should all be going down into this barrel, not over into this. I don't know where the heck that sapling went. Maybe I got something kind of screwed up here. Anyway, let me get off line for off camera for a little bit here, and try to figure out what exactly is going on here. Maybe it went back in here. Yeah, no, these are whitelisted, so only the saplings are able to go in right now. Alright, let me figure that out and get a couple things reconfigured, and I think we'll have that automatically planting the seeds. Hopefully I didn't lose that seed, man. I would be ticked if I did. But I'm sure it's here somewhere in one of these pipes bouncing around or something. Yeah, and then let me look at how many of these I've got and decide on, do I want to make a couple of obsidian seeds, or is it time to start... I swear I heard something behind me. Or is it time to start making different seeds? Anyway, be back in a few minutes. Alrighty folks, it's a fresh new day here in the world of blood and bones. And I think I finally got this thing sorted out. So, long story short, the seeds can get metadata attached to them. So, for instance, this alder sapling is a :1. It's got a metadata 1 at the end there. Spruce is a 6-1. Birch is a 6-2. Here we go. So oak is 6 with no metadata. Spruce is 6 with metadata 1. Birch is 6 with metadata 2. So these three are all the same item ID, but they just use metadata to identify which is which. Well, it turns out these magic seeds can get the metadata on them, and then once they do, weird things happen. I was having it they were planting like at full crop or full growth, but then when it harvested it wouldn't get any obsidian essence and whatever. So long story short, when you make your seeds, make sure you don't have any metadata on them. They won't by default. So if we just go to seeds and we look at the recipe here, you can see there's no metadata on it by default. But then like if you plant it and then pick it up, which is what I did over there, I had planted it and then picked it up, brought it over here. I think like the time it was in the ground or something, it changes to identify that it was planted or something. Anyway, it got all messed up and I went back and forth, tried a bunch of things. It looks like it's working now. So you can see this guy is grown at 14%. And just for demonstration purposes, I made a little bit more of the Magic Fertilizer, so let's just go ahead and fully grow him and let the harvester get a hold of it. I'll let the harvester go make its rounds, check every other block that doesn't need to be harvested, and then eventually get back here and harvest this thing. It does work, I swear. I did it and it worked. But now that I'm recording, it's going to take forever. Okay, let's just speed it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it harvested. Now I'm going to speed this part up, of course, because it's going to go through all the pipes. And I'll show you, actually I changed the pipes a bit. I'll show that in a second. And we'll see that seed pop into here and go right back out and get planted again, which is exactly what we want it to do. There it is. Alright, and now once the planter gets down to this pink section that I've told it where to plant these, there we go, and we're back at 0%. Everything's working just fine. And if we go downstairs, I'll show you what I've changed here on the piping and all that. So I did have the pipes coming down this way and across, and into this thing first, and then downstairs, and then back across that way. So I cleaned it up a little bit. Basically now this comes down and goes through this wall. These are covers versus bricks. So behind this wall it actually goes downstairs, goes past all the barrels down there, and then there's a section that comes up here. And I've got this guy in vacuum mode, and he's of course whitelisted for the oak wood. So any oak wood that shows up should, and in fact does, that's why there's some here, has come over to this first instead of the barrel downstairs that also has oak wood in it. So if that's full, it's going to go into this barrel, but because that was green in vacuum mode, it will bypass this and go into that one if it can. At least that appears to work, so that's good. Yeah, so anyway, it comes down through that wall, goes past all these barrels, and I did add a few more. I was running out of space, so I put these all here. That's just a placeholder, so nothing goes into there. And now, yeah, right, 6 obsidian essence, because we got 4 from out front when I did it with the Magic Fertilizer. I did it once off camera with Magic Fertilizer, so that's 5, and then I just showed you guys, that's 6. So it's working perfectly. Hi. Yeah, my snow golem's up there now. Remember, it kept dying down here, and I thought, let's move it somewhere else. But I just noticed you can actually see him, or her, or whatever, it, through the water, which is kind of funny. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, last thing. So that chest used to be right here, or actually up one. And this item duct could choose either to go into here or to go into the chest. And since both were the same distance, either down or to the right, 1 block, some of the saplings were going into here, oak saplings were going into here, and some oak saplings were going into here. Both were valid inventories, so it was just splitting between the two. So that's another reason I kind of reconfigured things and moved it over here. So now I shouldn't get oak saplings clogging this up anymore, and I also added 1 extra item duct and put that into opaque mode with the crescent wrench. So that is, I'm sorry, it's an opaque item duct. Put it into dense mode, so this is the last place things will go. They'll try to go everywhere else possible before going here. And I also put this guy into vacuum mode, so any seeds and things that are whitelisted will try to go here first, because I'm not sure if this is shorter than the route down into one of those barrels now. It probably is, but anyway, I think that's going to work. I think basically I can now use this whole setup to automate the magic crops. I was initially thinking I'm just going to make a whole bunch of seeds and I'm going to plant them all out there and I can manually keep track of them. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make that many seeds. It just takes way too many essence and way too many Infiscolium and Carmot, so we're going to have like 1 or 2 seeds of each type for quite some time here, I think. And having that, I'm going to want to leave this on and running the whole time. Now, the other issue is with consume stack on, let's say I do obsidian seeds and oak, because I want more oak wood to to fuel the furnace down there. If this all fills up with oak saplings, there's no place for these obsidian seeds to come back to. That's why consume stack off is nice, so there's always 1 seed kind of as a placeholder, but not going to be able to do that for quite some time here. So I'm going to have to kind of manually take care of this, make sure there's always a spot for this to come back, because I may want to grow some more oaks. I don't think I'm going to need to grow more witchery stuff. Look at all that. That's just ridiculous. I don't think I'm going to have to grow more witchery, rowan and all that, but I don't know, maybe I will. Maybe I'll want to grow a whole bunch of rowan saplings for some reason. Alright, sorting. Alright, I'll put these downstairs in the barrel. At any rate, folks, I think that's going to be about it for today. It's kind of surprising, but that's already looking like a pretty full episode. And like I said, I want to make gas essence, gas seeds, whatever they are. And I want to make wither skeleton skull seeds, and I want to make all sorts of wonderful seeds, but that's going to take a lot more resources than I have right now. I think I might get started on the gas seeds, because if I had a steady supply of those, well, gassed tears, if I had a steady supply of those, I could be making regeneration potions, and that could be pretty cool. We'll get it figured out. We need some magic and some more stuff to help us do it, but we'll get that figured out soon enough. At any rate, that's going to be it for today, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Hope to see you next time. I'll catch you later.